Everybody, West Coast Fred, and I'm back. Well, thank you for coming to Niggas TV, Christelyn. I'd like to thank you honestly. Um, Now I'm not gonna make a big deal out of this. Okay, so I'm probably watching that, but you know, okay, so you made a comment. Now, at first, okay, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I didn't believe this was Christelyn. I was just like, nah, this is a troll. Like, people don't watch my shit. I'm not that big. Now, I did get a lot of followers ever since the last video I made. But so it's this so at first you're like, okay, what did you leave? Okay, the first comment that you left me. Well, actually, fuck the first. I deleted it. But okay, so Christelyn, you go on to say, after I made this video, Christelyn Keroson's big wake up call. You say, bet you feel kind of stupid now. You threw me under the bus, and I was willing to believe you threw me under the bus and was willing to believe a lying white boy, all because of your hatred of me. I don't hate you. And should she not use the term white boy? You are all utterly pathetic. Why did I cry? The realization that black men are willing to lick a white man's balls, that shouldn't come out of your mouth, and crown him their savior just because they hate me. I don't hate you. You should be ashamed. I ain't ashamed for shit. Here's what you could have done. You could have said to that lying bigot that, yes, I hate Christelyn. I don't hate you. But you are out of line. No, you were willing to let a white man diss not only me, but huge swaths of black women while you stand silent. You're not fit to lead a kindergarten class across. You misspelled the street. Okay. Ma'am, I don't know you. But then I felt as if I wanted to make a video, which was not a diss video. I said I felt sorry for you. And it wasn't like, oh, poor baby. No, I actually felt sorry for you because if you saw the video, then you saw I'm no stranger that. Let me tell you something about me. Like you, I've been with people who were not black. You know, they were half white at best. Most of them have been, yeah, like, you know, I've gone out, talked to some were, one or two are black, the others are maybe black and something else, and or Latino. Half white at best. Now, there are many reasons why black men hate you. But then there are many reasons why black men support you. But you're getting shit from both black women and black men and black women. It's not just black women, because there are some black women that hate you. And the thing is, I'm not a hater of you. Now, I was worried of your swirling movement because I'm no stranger to the dark side of interracial dating. Why? Because I've been on that end where I have embarrassed myself in the past, where people just flat out said something to make me feel like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. This is what they think about black men? They are like, man, I had females admit to me that, or blatantly in front of my face, use the N-word under their breath to describe another black person that shit on them, that made them mad. And they said, yeah, I called that motherfucker name. So what makes you think that I fucked with them after that? I didn't. And this is the problem for which I saw with your swirling. And the reason why my views have changed, clearly yours haven't, you got a wake-up call, was because hearing my friend Lee talk about how she was with, for 10 years, she dated black men. And then she was like, shit, I'm done. Then she dated a Mexican guy. And she was constantly crying and feeling and complaining about the prejudice from his family. And all I could do, I only had so much to say and explain. Okay, why is he like this? Why are they only making under breath little comments about my skin tone and I'm not black? You know, I'm not. You know, they would never say flat out right that they don't want her with a black chick, but they'd make little slight comments like she was at the table and there was chocolate and there was brownies, and then they said, "Oh, we don't like chocolate." So they didn't want to. So they're from old school. They were kind of prejudiced. And eventually, all I could say was, you know what? It's not you, it's them. So my stance from now on is I always take, and I always let her know that why would you want to date someone outside your race when that non-black person that you're going to date is going to subject to you making you put up or conform to the family's disdain and prejudice for dark skin. No, I don't want her to become all types of myotes, and I sure as hell do not want her family, that family, to shit on her or whatever kid she had with them. Hell, I remember this girl, the last person that I dated. She was Mexican, and the person, I've talked to black girls in the past, but that's a different story. But when that last time she was Mexican, and she told me, and she had a kid who was black and Mexican, and she told me that the dad did not want to talk to her, and in turn did not want to see the kid, and he did not talk to her for 6 months. So, with that said, I've been very reluctant to want to do this. Well, technically, I would against the axe world, but it wasn't with vanilla. Mine was with caramel, I guess you can say. But uh, why would you not swirl responsibly? Why would you not want to date responsibly when you're telling black women? I'm sure I listen to your videos and I say, you know what, you have a point. Yeah, black men have done this and that. But I mean, I could say, oh, black women are not without. You know what? No one hears that. Some hear me, some not. Some will listen. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say, but you already know. You already know that from firsthand experience that not all white and other people of color who are not of African descent are not open to date us. Now, you just made a video about this white man a long time ago who was scared that if he brought a black woman home, that his father would judge me. So he said that, and you remember, I remember this video. You actually said you had the same conclusion you had the same conclusion as I did. You told him, I said, you should stay away from black women. That was your words, not mine. Your words were just like, yeah, because he said, "Oh, I would rather date a black woman or a woman of color after he dies." I remember that video. So when you actually have people that reveal, it's not good to do that for black women that you supposedly care about, and that's the whole point. Because I have a friend that went that way, and I'd hate for her to listen to you without a disclaimer. But more so of the point is, I'm not doing this with you. So I've heard you done trolled other people and said, I don't hate you. I should feel sorry for you. I wanted to give you a hug genuinely because I am no stranger to the shit that you're getting now. I'm not, I'm very familiar of having shit thrown in my face about the shit that I might have said, regretted, guilt, shame, whatever. Shit that I might have said about a black woman. And black people. Now, granted, I don't get too much shit from black men because I guess maybe they understand because I'm a brother, he's a brother, and it's gonna be a common ground. We're gonna be common ground. But I have nothing against you. So You're not going to find one video. You're not going to find a blog talk. You're not going to find a Google Hangout anywhere where it says, I hate Christelyn Carrison. She's a bedwench. But honestly, to say that if you blindly went into a guy who does not want to swirl, you're almost asking to be dissed. No, you're not going to find an enemy here. I'm not a hater of you. I watch your videos sometimes. I'm one of those people who watch, but I don't comment. I may make a video, but I don't tag your name or throw you under the bus like that. So no, you were already, by the time I heard about it, you'd already been thrown under the bus for a couple hours. You were able to smell the oil in there. So no, I'm not doing this with you. I've long since removed myself from this online gender war, but I may be a commentator. I may say very little, but I'm right by the sidelines. From one black person to another. And I'm speaking to you personally. You know, other people don't believe me that I try to be genuine about this, but fuck them. You need to be more mindful of these things. I don't know if you actually did the fact checked with your husband. I don't know. Honestly, I don't care because I don't know you and I don't know your business behind only from what you put on. So for me to sit here and judge you on just, I don't know, 100 something videos you put your website, that's all I have to go by. I'm not gonna make this video, but for the fact is that I said anything, it can be taken as a diss video, even though I did say that I felt sorry, wanted to give you a hug, and I meant that. I can only say it so many times because you and other black women who are hurt by what we do and say to you, but when many of us come back and actually are very humble and have a sense of guilt, shame, humility, and humbleness and say, you know what? Hey, you know what? I'm sorry for what someone has done to you. But you're leaving this comment and you're probably on other people's pages giving them shit and trolling. You know, I'm just letting you know, just in case, before you even get any ideas, if you leave other comments, I'm probably just gonna block you. I'm not even gonna make videos about you. Because I remember someone else that I was pretty cool friends with in the past, that she was black, she had a white husband, and she had a mixed kid. She has one, and I guess maybe because of our fallout, maybe she thought that I thought it was okay what this other person said about her husband. I don't have a problem with what she does. Actually, I'd be the first advocate for defending her right to make a choice, and especially not to be shittered, and especially a bit. And little do you know, I'm actually a big I'm actually heavily come to the defense of people who want to shit on biracial people, because I have a mixed niece and a cousin who got crap for not being black enough. One looks more South American, the other looks like a white girl. So no, some of us actually on here can empathize with you. But you can take that, oh, you hate me, oh, you can take that shit somewhere else. Because I don't hate you and I'm not doing this with you. The back and forth that you've started maybe with other people or people have come at you, that's because, you know, let me tell you something. And this is why I speak to people like you. Okay? At one point, those of us who abandoned the black community, or people who felt like they were never socially accepted, so they found more of an acceptance, you know, that what you say, go to where you're appreciated, not tolerated. Well, shit, as a young kid, I wasn't even tolerated. Because as you can see, I sound like a freaking white boy, right? As I choose, well, I'm not a freaking white boy. No disrespect to white guys. But I mean, like, I got so much shit for sounding white. So therefore, I got to a lot of fights as to a couple, no, yeah, a couple fights with other black kids, which was led down a path of not even wanting to associate with other black people as an adult. But always fighting and having to be leery of what kind of black kids, and some often protecting my friends who weren't black from my black friends because there's always a rift between them. Well, that's a different story. But what my point is that for someone who's kind of been through what you've been through a little bit, um, when you shit on the black community so much, especially the opposite gender, there's only so much that you can come back from. And even if you kind of come back and people kind of forgive you, there are others who always will give you shit and you're going to be their punching bag. You are going to be some black man's punching bag for the rest of your damn life. But you can, I guess you're going to have to rise above that. Because yes, there are some black women who will make me their punching bag, not because I did anything to them, but they don't. I mean, they're not under they're under the assumption that since maybe that I'm black and I may have a 1 point fit the mental psychological profile of the black man that they hate so much at one point in my life that they choose to make me a punching bag, even when I long after, even when uh, someone like me have said, "Hey, I ain't like that more. I learned. My bad." They're so hurt that I guess like you want to use this as punching bags. Well, you can only go so far. It looks real bad that you got a white guy and you shit and you promote swirling. Yeah, that's not a good look for you. That is not a good look. It's really not. So I say this with to be stern, affirmative, and a little bit of love too. But yes, unfortunately, yes, black men cannot come to your aid, cannot defend you in something that you purposely put this guy on to. You gave him a platform. They're like, well, you've been shitting on us for years. How are we gonna sit here and you'll do it? See, kind of like Tommy, right? Tommy's whole platform was shitting on black women, just like you. And if he turned around, do you know how much of a steamroller, man? He'd have to deal with the he'd have to deal with the he'd have to deal with a black Roman Empire, and then some, and then be forgiven, and then he have to spend his whole life making it up. That's just too much. It wasn't. That's a price that I wasn't willing to pay. To either, like, he's been doing it for 40, probably 40 years, 40 something, 40, 45, 40 years. Me, I realized that I needed to change at the age of 25. I'm 31 now, and you're 42. You still have not have learned because you've been. This is not your first wake up call. I know that for a fact. This is at least your third. Because I know Tariq Nasheed got in you. I know, oh, four? I don't know. It might be three or four. Several. So no, I did not throw you under the bus. I don't hate you. I would have preferred to have this conversation in private. You would have pulled you aside and be like, yo, yeah, you fucked up. Are you done now? Are you done paying the price? That's all I can say. But are you going to believe me? Probably not. Are you going to think I'm genuine? Probably not. Because you're so much on that no black man came to my aid, no black man. Well, I'm no stranger either to feeling like black people haven't looked out for you, never came to your defense, and never gave you a helping hand. And all they do is shit on you when you choose to make friends and confide and even entertain a relationship with someone in the dominant society, white society. That could be frustrating as hell. So I can see the low key, inadvertent revenge that you take on black men. Some of it is a pain that I can understand. But when you take it beyond the cuts and wounds that maybe some black men have given you in your life, you start to add to those wounds. You start to put it in there. I guess maybe I'm having this conversation with you now because this is a conversation I really should give to black men because you know what, even when I do try to give something positive to one or two females, I get shit thrown my way. So you probably will hate me more because I'm a black man, I'm the enemy, you don't believe me, okay, fine. But I can't say that I didn't try to give you something positive. And this is why I always want to refrain from just preaching to any female because I I guess I'm in transition. I'm recovering myself. I got my own hurts and pains. So I just take time out of I just kind of took to like, speak to you a little bit and be like, hey, stop while you're ahead before you lose. It's like, don't shit on those few black men and those few black women. Or you have, yeah, like you probably have more female subscribers. Those few black men that actually can kind of be like, okay, but do you want to heal now? I could go on and on, but I only got so much. So, you might want to do some self reflection like I did. Go heal yourself. Hug your kids. Don't poison your son with all the shit that you got up in your heart. Don't give your black daughter what you have experienced. Because you're going to repeat a cycle that you hate so much. Cynthia G told you that. No black man can come to your aid until you turn around and start to reconcile and make peace with yourself. And that peace only comes when you actually accept that, yes, there are going to be black people that will never come to your aid. Black men will never come to your aid because they want to use black women as a punching bag for their pains. And there are black women that hate you too for shitting on black men because they've gotten over their pain or they still deal with it. They just choose to still kind of stay loyal. And how do I do it with mine? Well, I guess acknowledging my pain. Because we all got a little hurt up in us. You know, I've been used as a punching bag, but like, you ain't mad at me. It's the black man you're mad at. It's not Freddie. You're mad at the black man. You can disguise it with humor. I know it's someone else. She disguises it with humor and funny and intellect and all this. But deep down inside, I asked her a question. I said, do you feel that black men have never have attacked you, never looked out for you, or harmed you some kind of way? Well, she had a long pause. And that was a yes. So the question is, do you feel that we have done something to you that was bad? Yeah, we have. But don't smack the ones that have never done anything or tried to do right by black women. But and to be quite honest, and I'll leave it with this, I still to this day get jabs by the opposite gender, which I can only wonder why I even bother still trying to, I guess, with other people, be forthcoming, humble, righteous, and honest with them. Obviously, I got to be with myself. But with them, I don't know because you're kind of like in that demographic who would show me jabs because you're mad at the black man. Well, just like I have done stuff to perpetuate some of that stuff that has come about me, you're doing it too. But don't. I'm not. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. So I'm not a hater of you. I just feel sorry for you because I've been there. Have a nice time on YouTube, and that's it. That's all I got. Never bring this shit up again. So, bye. First and last time.